Good afternoon, everyone. It's January 23rd, 2020. I'm Eric. How's all of you doing today? I hope you're well. I would have done a video earlier, but I was feeling a little bit under the weather when I first got up, and so I decided to hold off until I felt a little better. Um, I have a few for you today, and I'm not going to hit all of them, but you'll see the point here at the end. So, cop shoots unarmed man in the back over a seatbelt stop. Vanishes when he sues her. How convenient. How convenient. Cops mistake medical emergency for drug use. Viciously beat man with batons. And look, he's a white guy. I thought that was a rare thing, the way mainstream media makes it sound it's only black folks that are victims of this, but the reality of the matter is we're all equally victims of this police state. Grandmother, 12-year-old granddaughter cuffed, detained for opening a bank account while Native American. Isn't that something? Now you can be detained for opening a bank account. But is this really a surprise? Is it? I don't think it is. I don't think it's a surprise. Now, anything you do these days can get you detained. If you're standing at a corner minding your own business, one of these assholes can come up to you and detain you, and if they don't like your answers or your body movements, they can hurt you. They can kill you. After cops refuse to help, 14-year-old girl installs camera, catches abuser trying to kill her and her dog. Isn't that nice? She goes to the very people who are supposed to protect and serve the community just to be ignored. Isn't that great? And this is why the last story for this video is to be celebrated. Cop finally, cop indicted after BB gun planted on innocent man to justify running him over with cruiser. And he may be indicted now, but let's be real here. There's appeals, and a lot of times they get off during these appeals because the public's eye isn't watching as closely. And unfortunately, this happens far too often. I'll put my face down here so I can see all this here. Okay. Cop violently assaults grandma. Damn it. Assaults grandma in her own home after her granddaughter cursed at police. And I know I mentioned this before, but since it's there, I might as well mention it again. And in another video, I will be talking about the morons that went to Virginia. And they were morons. And I've covered this one before, right here. But mom says cops killed her daughter to keep her quiet about them raping her. And is that really a surprise to any of you? Cops are constantly abusing their power by committing such disgusting acts. Look, I'm going to put it to you like this. It's not hard to get laid. Even my ugly ass can find a reasonably attractive woman and get laid within a matter of 5 or 6 hours, if that. Cop gets 4 years in prison for urinating on a little girl and filming it and trying to kidnap her. 4 years. Meanwhile, a guy that gets caught with a little cocaine or maybe some LSD or some mushrooms, they get the fucking book thrown at them. They spend decades in prison sometimes. Mentally ill veteran suffering after cops kill service dog as it used the baton or as it used the bathroom, lie about it, biting them. And that's another thing cops are good for. Lying. They lie about everything. I would venture to say there's not an honest cop on any of these forces. Anytime a cop tries to be honest, they get fired. More than 4 times more police officers kill themselves than were shot in 2019, and that will be my final one, the one I will cover in full. Those motherfuckers deserve what they get. They deserve what they get. They signed on to something they knew was, they thought was wholesome, and then they find out just how unwholesome being in law enforcement is, just how corrupt it is, just how many victims of law enforcement crimes there are. At least they had a guilty enough conscience to put an end to their lives, which they deserved. Cop arrested for faking a war on cops story of sniper shooting him, setting off a massive manhunt. I wonder how many people got victimized in that manhunt. DEA investigator arrested for spending months on the job trying to have sex with children. These are the people you motherfuckers out there trust to protect your children, your daughters, at schools. Which is why my daughter don't go to a public school. Which is why my daughter is homeschooled right here. Because I know that nothing's going to happen to her here. Pedophile cop gets years for running horrific child porn network that included infants. This is, America's finest. This is America's finest right here. And for all you Trump sycophants who've got your nose crammed all the way up that motherfucker's ass, the Make America Great Again Trump added a $1 trillion deficit in 2019, just like Obama. He kept the wars going, just like Obama. He has done a lot of things, just like Obama. This one's a kicker for you here. New bill allows cops to detain citizens, force them to explain who they are and what they're doing. So yeah, but here's the one I was gonna cover in full here. The one I was gonna really talk about, and this is via the Free Thought Project. I'm doing it off of Blacklisted News simply because it's easier for me to read off this page. The print is a little bit bigger, and I'm sitting considerable way from my computer. All right. In 2019, according to the Officer Down Memorial page, oh, boo-hoo, those poor guys, 47 police officers were shot. All right. 7 killed in a vehicular assault. All right. And 3 died from assault. All right. Another 77 cops died as a result of car crashes. All right. Heart attacks and illnesses. Absent from the database of fallen officers, however, are the 228 cops who ended their own lives. This number is a giant leap from the year before and the 4th consecutive year that it's risen. I wonder why. Could it be the extreme shame and guilt that they feel every time they look in the mirror? Could it be? I don't feel sorry for these people. They decided to become statists. They decided to enforce unjust laws. They decided to inflict brutality on the public. They made their decisions, just like I did. And so their casualties mean dick. Until next time, kill the state, live free.